Hello, my name is Noel, and combat wheelchairs is a very heated and very spirited debate in regards to Dungeons and Dragons since it has become so incredibly popular. I've made a video about it before. I thought I should make a video about it again. Because, unlike all of the other people in this debate, they seem to be very occupied with not the possibility, but the fact that how it's a bit stupid, very risky, and I don't want to discuss what happens when an orc brutally hit the person in the wheelchair. Plus, the matter of dungeon exploring, which is half the thing with Dungeons and Dragons. But that's only really a problem if you use the preset manuals and think about mobility and how comfortable it is to move around in a roughly medieval Renaissance society. Because wooden wheels do not have a lot of suspension or rubber. That's neither here nor there, so it's totally feasible. I'm not here to prevent you from living out that power fantasy. What I am, though, looking at some silly or interesting or historical alternatives to spice things up. Because nobody said you need to sit in a chair if you have a fantasy world. Even though having just a fat, obese wizard with atrophied legs due to laziness, sitting in his wheelchair, in his walking or hovering chair, casting fireball, then why not? You just needed to make allowance for it. That's no problem. But let's face it, we're dealing with roughly historically inspired fantasy. So one option is the chariot. Yes, you can totally just attach a wagon to a mount, such as a horse, a mastiff, a giant mastiff, flying shark, spider, I don't know. Whatever creature you find convenient and fitting for the setting. Or you can just become a mounted cavalry. I've seen the amount of things you can ride in Dungeons and Dragons. But honestly, I would just suggest finding another system. Or hope that the DM is not playing Dark Sun. Because then you're gonna die anyways. And of course, you have the classic rickshaw, which requires a manservant to pull you around. But then again, it's very historical and very Asian. And a very popular tourist activity these days. But if that's not your fancy, you have the Jiangxi, the Chinese or Jiangxi. Chinese jumping zombie corpse. It is a way to carry a corpse over long distances with poor road and up a mountain. You just stick the corpse to two sticks, and then you carry it across your shoulders, like you see in the drawing. I'm surprised this is the only illustration I could find. Short notice. Yeah. But that requires, of course, a lot of cooperation, because you need two things to carry one man. So maybe you hire some manservants to carry around this very lucky, this very powerful character that is also a bit incapable of using arms. I don't know. Not all, not all. When you're thinking about disabilities, nobody said it just has to be the legs. It could be the arms, and you have the stereotype of the blind warrior monk, the blind warrior that teaches the young ones how to fight without using your eyes, but rely on your ears and your other senses. Or the pirate with a peg leg and one missing hand. The classical hook. No, in most settings, these are incredibly easy to cure with the different magic, because in most cases, Dungeon and Dragon is high fantasy. So miracles and wishes does exist, and you can even revive people. So, well, it's possible, yes, in Dungeons and Dragons, because they became very popular due to Critical Role and all of that. But that doesn't mean that is the end all be all of disabilities. But it also, just due to magic and artificers and such, it just becomes the system is too convenient when it comes to regards to avoiding life-altering and crippling damages, despite curses and such. And if you have a decent team and find a good cleric, you can fix pretty much anything but aging. That you need to be a lich. Or a long-lived race. But, yeah. Also, in that regard, I just looked up mountain vehicles. And here's a couple of interesting options, right? There's a camel, mule, mastiff, pony, warhorse. Stuff to put on. And new vehicles, of course, you have boats. But let's see what the gamer has to say, right? For instance, a giant lizard, elephant, warg, hippogriff, warforge. Yes, you could practically just ride a warforge. And spiders. And for waters, you have sharks. And of course, you have scorpions, even though the tail is a bit inconvenient. Oh, the mighty griffin, a unicorn, a tublipas, a tyrannosaurus, or a velociraptor. Shield guardian, a Pegasus, a nightmare, wyvern, a dragon. Don't hold your breath for successfully convincing a dragon to become your mount. But yeah, my point is, holy fant. And Kieran, yeah. Anyways, my point and what I'm getting at is there is more to disability than just lame legs and sitting in a chair. There are also many mounts and options to take inspiration from. If your DM is very pedantic and don't want to deal with wheelchair, and just adapt the fantasy a little bit. But yeah, I don't expect Wizard of the Coast to actually do anything good with his rules. They kind of suck at it. So then the only other option really is that I forgot what it was called again. Yeah, there was this yes, somebody made a comprehensive and easy accessible rule sheet for yeah. That's when I came across this interesting lead idea. Let's see. Oh. Ah, yes, I made a video about it before. But yes, I'm just gonna look up so everybody's. Hmm. So yeah, there are many options. Many options. Then somebody made an actual rule set for it. I just forgot where it is. Ah, here it is. Yes. So this is the most comprehensive one. But yeah. Of course, it's inconvenient in a dungeon, but then again, when has a dungeon never been? But then again, dungeons are not convenient. And staircases are a pain, even if you can walk, so there's that. But yeah, it's just my idea. Get some exotic mount. Get someone to carry you. Get someone to pull you. Get a chariot. Specialized wagon. A floating chair. Or you could even get one of those fancy... Oh, yes, a chair... Or there's also a bit more exotic version from Asterix, where the chief of the Gauls is being carried on a shield, but of course that requires a manservant. Vital statistics. Yes. And of course you have also the other classic, what did you call it? Ah, yes. Carry, see... And carried noble Asian noble a noble. Ah, yes, there we go, hand carry noble. And of course, you could also take a more militant version of this. Imagine me carrying it around like this and having a crossbow, and you just have crossbow or spellslinger inside, just going, servants, line me up sideways. I need to target my fireball. And then the manservants go, and then the man inside can go, boom. Because, you know, you just assume that the manservant would move at the same turn as the character inside. I'm not saying it's necessarily a good idea. I just like to figure out if it's possible. So yeah, I'm not gonna ruin your fantasy. I'm just trying to enhance it and having a bit of fun with the idea. Anyways, I'm Joel. I'm signing out. Like, follow, subscribe to me on YouTube and all of that other good stuff. Links down below. I also stream a lot. Maybe a bit too much. Ciao.